Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trends. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the final day of Josh Presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21, powered by Hell Energy Drinks. My name is Selvin. Along with me, I have the great, the legendary Indian e-football team player, Lokmanu Chaturvedi. This is going to be a great day. How are you feeling today, Lokmanu?
Salvan, thank you so much as always for the warm welcome. I'm feeling amazing to be here because it's the final day. Like you already said, I mean, we're going to have a lot of excitement with all these players. It's just incredible, really, to see the likes of Saransh and Naveen play the finals, because I personally feel both of them have deservingly so reached this final. But obviously, I'll let you talk about a bit more about the players, because I mean, you have been there right from the start. You've seen all these players play every single match. You haven't even missed a single one. So what do you think? I mean, especially with Naveen having the lead of 1-0 in the series.
Well, absolutely, Lokmanu. I think the best point that you've made is both these players have deserved to be here. It's not by luck. It's not by hope. It's not by any other factor apart from their own hard work, apart from their own skills and dedications. Naveen, of course, is in the upper bracket, because he has not lost even a single game over two legs throughout this tournament, which is why he has that 1-0 lead, as Lokmanu said. So today in the best of five, Naveen has the edge of 1-0 when we go into the second game, basically. That means he has to win only 2 games and Saransh has to win 3 in order to be the champion of Qualifier 2 and to meet CJ at the LAN event, because he was the winner of Qualifier 1. And talking about these two players, Lokmanu, it's no surprise for us. You know them pretty well. I know them pretty well. We've both seen them play. And I am sorry, but you are somebody who's witnessed how they play in this tournament. And I am sure you don't really would like to, I mean, you won't want me to remind you of those things. But I'm sure you've already, forgotten about what has happened and you're prepared for the next upcoming days and the next season. And having said that, Naveen has been dominant in this tournament. I am not, over exaggerating or exaggerating for that matter about this, because Naveen has been dominant in this tournament and you've seen it. You were not expecting something like that happened to you. You are a player of the highest quality and you tried everything possible against him. Saransh, a player of the highest quality, and these two together, of course. And Lokmanu, if you could just talk us through the format, please.
Absolutely. I think I'll get back to what Selvin you just said, but right now we're looking at the tournament format, which is, of course, the FIFA Ultimate Team, the most popular mode in this team in FIFA 21. Of course, the phase 1 had single elimination knockout best of 2 brackets, which was basically if you lose the 2 legs that you're playing against your opponent, you will be knocked out of the tournament. And then moving on to playoffs, which was a double elimination, which we all witnessed, the winners bracket, the losers bracket, which made the tournament absolutely interesting, that it always does. It was the playoffs from quarterfinals onwards. So we'll have a look at the brackets now as to see how we ended up with these 2 grand finalists, Selvin. We have seen some of the best matches ever to be played in FIFA 21 up until now. There have been so many national tournaments, but Josh Presents Esports Premier Series, powered by Hell Energy, has been one of the best that I've ever seen. As a pro player myself, I am looking at some of the best names in there, starting with Aditya Chadda at the top, got defeated by Sagnik Banerjee in the winners bracket. Then Saransh Jain, absolutely making him, rage quit in the losers bracket, as you can see. I mean, it's incredible how pro players like him were participating in the tournament and were dominated by against each other. You saw Sagnik, on the other hand, getting dominated by Saransh. Saransh lost in the winners bracket, dropped down to the losers bracket, and has beaten every good player that I can name right now. You can see the likes of Somak, you can see the likes of Aditya Chadda, you can see the likes of Akash Ash, you can see the likes of Sagnik, and now he will be playing against Naveen in the grand finals. Selvin. Naveen, on the other hand, like you said yesterday as well, he's had a comfortable run of fixtures up until now. He's never dropped down to the losers bracket. He's beaten every single person, every single player that has come in front of him, and he has that 1-0 lead over Saranj Jain, which is much needed, Selvin. I mean, you have to say the way Saranj Jain has been playing is just fantastic, really, because he's coming like a roller coaster in this tournament, especially from the losers bracket. Naveen is prepared for that. He knows that the way Saranj is in form, and I got the confirmation yesterday, by the way, Selvin, that Saranj has won another tournament in the past couple of days. So you can see the form that this man is in right now to be able to reach the grand finals, to win another tournament. Naveen knows what's coming towards him, and he will now has the chance to qualify for the grand finals for the Esports Premier Series finale. I mean, I've spoken so much about Saranj, but now it's time for you to talk a bit about Naveen, Selvin.
Well, absolutely. I think everything that you said was correct. But I would say, when you said Naveen had a comfortable round of fixtures, I would just like to say, let's be honest, Naveen did not have the most comfortable fixtures. I mean, he faced you, he faced Sagnik, but then he has been in the form of his life. And I think, as you said, Saranch has been in some great form. Naveen would have not expected a better time to face Saranch if Saranch is on his A game. Because right now, Naveen, I think, he does know that on form, he can beat anyone. He's shown it in this tournament already. He's shown it against you, he's shown it against Sagnik, he's shown it against Rudraksh, and he's shown it against every opponent. On the other hand, Saranj, of course, has only been beaten once in this tournament, and none other than Lokmanu was the one who defeated him on golden goal, which was possibly one of the best games played by Lokmanu. And I think, Lokmanu, let's be honest, when you defeated Saranj, it was only because you were at your best and you were playing your A game. Despite of being 3-2 down overall, you came back and you made it, and you turned it into a victory in the golden goal scenario. Naveen, on the other hand, I think the only thing that right now will give him a lot of confidence is that first thing, he's not lost over 2 legs. The only game that he's lost in this tournament has been to Sagnik, which was the first game of the best of 5 series in the upper bracket final. And Lokmanu, I think we were very surprised because a lot of people expected Naveen to not really come out stronger after that loss. But this man went on to dominate Sagnik in the second game. And then when Sagnik put all the pressure in the world on him in the third and fourth leg, he had an answer always. Every time the momentum was shifting away, he made sure that he had an answer and he had a reply. And that's pretty impressive, isn't it?
No, it is indeed. I mean, every single time you saw the likes of Naveen, it's going to be a case where he did go down, especially we saw against Sagnik as well in one of the games where he was 3-1 down. I think, Selvin, that was the only time that he went down in a case, because when he played against me, he was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, he went on to play some of the best FIFA that he played against me. Even I wasn't giving my 100% that day, which of course is quite common with FIFA players. There are some better days, there are some good days, there are some bad days. But for Naveen, Selvin, the good days are right here. This is his chance to prove that he has the potential to be able to basically claim a national championship to his name, to be able to basically qualify for a national championship, for a LAN finale by beating some of the best players in. I mean, everybody has participated in this tournament. Every pro that you can name in India, apart from a couple of pros, he has beaten everyone, Selvin. And we are starting off with the game between two of the most amazing players that we have seen in Josh Presents Esports Premier Series, powered by Hell Energy. What a fantastic game this promises to be. Saransh Jain, aka Curry Munchers, and Naveen Haridos, aka Billa. You can see the team names of those players. Saransh Jain, of course, kicking off in that blue kit from left to right, and Naveen will be playing from right to left in that white kit. Salvin, take me through a bit, about how you have seen Saransh in the couple of days, how you've seen him completely change his game from, going down in the winners bracket and coming down in the losers and literally steamrolling everyone.
Well, absolutely. It comes down to mentality because a player of Saransh's quality, who, I mean, as you see, wants to attack, he wants to keep the ball, he wants to take those risks. And he is somebody who knows that if he gets a second chance, he can make you pay. And he's one player against whom you cannot make a mistake. And he's somebody who gets, stronger with every mistake that he makes. I mean, we've known him from a long time. He's been, I think you would agree with me, when it comes to the last maybe 4 or 5 seasons, he's been the most consistent player with regards to weekend league finishes, with regards to tournament victories, or with regards to, tournament participation and finishing in the top 8 or the top 4. This man always seems to be having an upper hand, or having that edge against the competitor. Although right now Naveen has the upper edge because he's 1-0 up in the best of 5 series. If you are just watching in, just to let you all know, since Naveen has qualified from the upper bracket finals, he has the 1-0 lead in this one, and Saransh will have to win 3 games to become the champion of Josh Presents Esportz Premier Series FIFA 21, powered by Hell Energy Drinks Qualifier 2. Coming back to Saransh and Naveen, Lokmanu, right now, both of them have come out with a very good attacking intent. And I think as casters and fans, we want to see a lot of goals in this one, isn't it?
Absolutely. Every single time we see the players like Naveen and Saransh go up against each other, they are the ones scoring goals. They are making, the fans, the people who tune into the stream just want to watch both the players go up against each other because they are here to score goals. And Saransh is in quite a pole position, I have to say. Always the one trying to take the lead because Cristiano Ronaldo has the chance, somehow keeps the ball, but great bit of defending there from Ramos to be able to stop that attack from Naveen. But I have to say, Saranch's press, Selvin, is so good. I mean, look at him just with Renato Sanchez winning that ball high up the pitch, and Neymar is in a very good position, plays it out to Cruyff, nice bit of luck to get a cancel. Cristiano Ronaldo will twist and turn. It is so difficult to predict where Saranch is going to go. Plays it out to Neymar. It could have been a penalty, Selvin.
Well, what a run of play out there by Saransh. That could have been a penalty, that could have been a goal, that could have been anything. As you said, Saransh was so unpredictable as he has been throughout this tournament. And Naveen must be thinking, I cannot let Saransh have so much of the ball. I mean, both these players, Lokmanu, they're so good when we talk about keeping the ball, when we talk about dictating terms. And in a final where you have so much pressure on you, because let's be honest, it's not like playing against a friend or playing a weekend league game, maybe even if it's for your 30th win. This is a different kind of pressure, isn't it? And when you play against a player like Saransh or like Naveen, you have to make sure that you take each and every chance that you get. How much of an added pressure that is, Lokman? I'm asking you because you're somebody who's been into a lot of finals recently, who's done everything possible to win a lot of tournaments. So if you could talk to us about that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you're playing under this pressure, especially for Saransh, when he knows that he is down 1-0 in the series, especially when you see Saransh playing yesterday, I think I mentioned this on the stream in case of Sagnik and Saransh, that this format basically gives you the opportunity to reset, and it doesn't have an aggregate score. So you don't have to worry about the the game that you're in. You can lose by 1 goal or you can lose by 5 goals. It is not going to carry over in the next game. So even if you lose by 5 goals, you have to give it your all and try to focus on the next game. This is, I think, the most advantageous thing of this format, which players have to think about it. So coming to your question, Selvin, the pressure that adds to this grand finals, because you are winning one fixture away to be able to qualify for the grand finals with a massive prize pool and to play against the likes of CJ in a LAN finale, which I think all the pro players have been wanting to do. The pressure is immense, but if you can just play without the pressure, if you can handle those nerves, if you can see that what matters is playing your game without thinking about the outcome, I think that's what it counts. A lot of players, including myself in my early days, I always used to think, well, the pressure will get to me. and it might just get very difficult because wow, what a shot that is! All black, like a Superman flying and catching that. But yes, Selvin, going back to your question, it is indeed a pressure cooker sort of a situation, but the best players are able to manage those nerves in the most difficult of fixtures. And I think Saransh Jain has that kind of an experience. Even if he's 1-0 down, I think for me, Saransh Jain can edge this because he has been in this situation many more times than Naveen has been.
Well, absolutely, Lokman. I think everything that you said was pretty good, and this half has been pretty good. But the only thing it has lacked is a goal. But then it is understandable because the first goal, I think, of the entire tie is going to be pretty important because it's going to be a massive confidence booster for the one who gets it. And Saransh is doing everything possible to make sure that he gets it. But Naveen had other ideas, and Saransh, you were talking about his press. Again, with that press, wins the ball back in a very dangerous area, gives it to Cristiano Ronaldo, back to Cruyff. The chance is still there. There's Ronaldo still in the center, unpredictable, but Sergio Ramos and Naveen clears the danger. What a first half this has been. No goals, but a lot of action. Lokman, you talk us through that half.
I mean, incredible, isn't it? That every single time that you see Saransh going forward, Selvin, he's just been denied by the resilient defending of Naveen Haridos from Chennai. This man has been phenomenal, not just by going forward, Selvin. I think he's been phenomenal defending in the best way possible because when you see Saransh attacking in that sense, you do get panicky. As a professional player myself, I know that unless you're at the top of your game, you cannot defend those chances because Saransh is so unpredictable outside the box and inside the box when he gets in that position where he, basically isolates the defender with his striker. That's a position you don't want to be in. And Naveen has been just phenomenal to be able to defend that, which is why we haven't seen any goals yet.
Well, absolutely. I mean, Naveen has been phenomenal in defense. Saransh has been phenomenal right now when it comes to holding the ball, dictating the terms of this game. And the first half was not short of action at all. And I am sure the second half is going to be something very similar. We're ready into the second half, around 40 minutes in game left. And if it stays this way, just to let the audience know, every game is going to have a result. So if it's a draw after 90 minutes, we go into extra time, and if it's still a draw, we go into penalties, but we have a winner after every game. Right now, it is 1-0 to Naveen with regards to the overall score in the best of 5, which is because Naveen has qualified from the upper bracket, and Saransh has to win 3 games in order to be the champion of Josh Presents Esportz Premier Series FIFA 21 powered by Hell Energy Drinks, whereas Naveen has to win only 2 if he has to be the champion. And Lokman, both these players, of course, deserving to be in the finals. And they're going to make sure that, this is going to go down to the wire. They're not going to allow the other player to run away with it for sure. The way things go, I'm sure you're going with Saransh, considering that he has more experience in the stages. But I'm sure you're not going to bet against Naveen winning this one, isn't it?
No, absolutely not. I mean, like I said earlier, Naveen has been fantastic, and you can see in his play right now, he is actually playing like a professional who you would see, play in the likes of the EA Global Series playoffs as well, because that's the level of composure, that's the level of patience you need when you're playing competitive FIFA at the highest level. And being one of the top players in India now, I can say that for Naveen, he has been extremely good. It's just that Saransh's attack, Selvin, is so unpredictable. That the reason why I keep saying Saransh has the advantage is because you cannot defend the attack of Saransh unless and until you're the top of your game. Naveen has been that player right now, but for how long? Because he is going to accelerate right. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful tackle that is from Eder Militao. Gelson Martins, out of all people, Selvin, just ran away with the ball inside the box. Great bit of acceleration there. And Eder Militao coming to Naveen's rescue, exactly like we saw in the first half. So, although I wouldn't bet against Naveen, but I just feel this pressure that he's taking. What have I seen there, Selvin? What has the centre backs done in that case? I mean, that's some nice banter for all of us here, because you don't see that. And had that Naveen had conceded that, it would have been very sticky situation to be in, but he is right on the counter. Great dribbling by Jadon Sancho. Had the chance to play it to R9, but now plays it to Neymar. Very good position. Plays it out to Kylian Mbappe, but well defended by Cuadrado there.
Wow, this has been some amazing passage of play out there. Naveen did a do or die situation. In a do or die situation, went for the slide tackle there. And, 2 minutes later, after that funny incident with the ball hitting the defender, Saransh defended on his own. And I think this is something which is going to come down to just one goal. And Saransh and Naveen both are not going to let the other player score so easily. But having said that, Lokmanu, I mean, this is something that I analyze being a veteran right now. It looks like Naveen, for some reason, is feeling the pressure. He is not passing the way he usually does, misplacing his passes or thinking, if I do this, Saransh is going to press and get the ball away. But you can see the pressure rising and you can see it in his game.
You indeed can. I mean, you've seen it so many times, Selwyn, that Saransh puts you in a position that you're not able to come out of from because his attack is just phenomenal, isn't it? The more passes that he plays. And just when I was saying that, Bruno Fernandes right there to be able to score this goal in the 77th minute, Selwyn. Like you had mentioned, there will be a determined result. So this game will not end in a draw even if Naveen scores. I mean, it has to be there has to be a result, a win or a loss, and Naveen is now in a very difficult position because Saransh was building up that pressure again and again and again. Selwyn, as I kept on saying this, Saransh puts you in a position where you cannot come out of from. What a fantastic bit of passing there. And Bruno Fernandes was right there, right place in the right time, as we always say, don't we? And Saransh never misses that. He, in fact, punishes you for even a single mistake. And Naveen did that. He caught him there. And now Saransh has the opportunity to make the series 1-1.
Well, absolutely. A great goal out there by Saransh. I mean, took his chances with Bruno Fernandes, one of his most favorite players in real life and also in the game. But look, Manu, if I am Naveen and if I am from his camp, there is nothing to be worried about because Naveen has been in such a situation wherein we feel it's done for him, but he comes back out of nowhere. He has shown a lot of character in this tournament, and I will not be surprised if Naveen can somehow find an equalizer before this game ends. Having said that, Saransh looks very strong. He's got his A game on. And if he can win this, it will be back level in the series, which will be one game all. And both of them will need two more games to win the qualifier two. And this is going to be end to end. I think the last 3 minutes, Lokmanu, we're going to be out of breath for sure because Saransh is going to attack. Naveen is going to attack. Saransh is going to attack. And that's what's happening. Naveen just attacked and Saransh is in here with Mbappe. Takes his time, does not want to rush this. I think he wants to play it safe. Naveen trying everything to win the ball back. Ball with Paredes right now goes out and Saransh wins the throw. He has to hold on for one more minute. And I think a player of Saransh's experience is not going to bottle this from here by giving the ball away. Having said that, he's given it away. But I think that is going to be a little too late because it is over in the first game. I'm sorry, in the second game, as we should say, Lokmanu. What a game this has been. And after 2 games right now, we have it at Saransh Jain 1, Naveen 1 with 3 games left and either of them has to win 2 games to become the champion of Josh Presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21 powered by Hell Energy Drinks Qualifier 2. Lokmanu, your thoughts on the game?
I mean, that was a fantastic game, isn't it, Selvin? You have seen this time and time and again, and I have seen this time and time again that Saransh just waits for that one opportunity, even though this was such a tight game and Naveen did not give Saransh any sort of space, Selvin. It was basically a case where he kept on pushing him, kept on pressurizing him right till the end because he knew one chance he gets, and that's his gateway to basically score that goal and get back level in the series. He has taken away the advantage, Selvin, which is the thing that Saransh wanted. All his fans, all his supporters exactly wanted him to be in this position, to be able to come back from the loser bracket and take that advantage away from Naveen. That is not easy considering the form Naveen has been. I think this is the second game that Naveen has lost in totality in this tournament, which is incredible because I think only Sagnik was the one who beat him in that first match, but Naveen took it away with winning that series 3-1, right? But now
Yeah.
he's moved on into this winners bracket and into the grand finals with a 1-0 lead, but Saransh has taken that away. I think Saransh had everything that he could. He's just building momentum now because the kind of goals we saw against Sagnik yesterday, it's not easy to score these kind of goals against Sagnik. And now to be able to get that one opening that he did against Naveen, I think that's pretty much the case for the following games, which is why I said the experience of Saransh is going to come in so handy, because he just picks you exactly in that position where he stops you. I mean, to basically think that this is my chance to go ahead and defend that chance, because he just has so many bodies going forward. You basically become brain dead at a point of time if you're a casual player, because he puts you in a very awkward position. And I keep saying this for the likes of CJ, the likes of Saransh, the likes of so many players that are in the country. So Naveen has a mountain to climb because the momentum is with Saransh right now.
Well, absolutely. I will not be surprised, if your prediction comes out to be right with regards to Saransh and his momentum, not just because of this game, but because of how he played against Sagnik yesterday, because of how he played against Akash yesterday, because of how he has been playing in the lower bracket ever since that defeat. When you defeated him, I think he's looked like a different player against Somak, against Akash, against Aditya, against Sagnik, against everyone. I mean, yesterday, I was feeling pretty bad for Sagnik. I still remember the last chance of the game 3 when it was 3-1 to Saransh. Sagnik had a chance. It could have been 3-2, but it was pure frustration. He kicked the ball out rather than scoring. And I think that's what Saransh does to you, because he knows where your weakness is. And once he finds that weakness, he is going to exploit it to the core. I am a huge fan of Naveen, but I have to say that right now Saransh outplayed him. And that was something that I did not expect. Naveen lost yesterday to Sagnik, but it was a pretty even game. Sagnik was playing his A game, but he was not dominating Naveen. Naveen had his chances. But in this game, and we saw the stats as well, Saransh was on a different level. I think Naveen actually takes time to get into his groove. Maybe that's the first game that he's playing. But I think we could not have asked for anything better as casters, as fans, as viewers, because it was 1-0 to Naveen at the start, considering the upper bracket advantage. It is 1-1 now, 3 games left. And both of them are going to go into this one thinking this is possibly the most important game that they are going to play in this tournament.
No, absolutely, it is indeed, because the person who takes the lead, the player who takes the lead, basically, I mean, imagine in a scenario, Selvin, now that Naveen takes the lead against Saransh, now, which is going to be a very sticky situation for Saransh, because he knows that there's only one game left for him to be able to stay in this matchup. And if he doesn't do that, I mean, it just gets very, very sticky. But with that being said, I think we'll just have a quick look at the brackets once again, how the players have made it to this stage that they are right now. I think, Selvin, I'll let you take through this, because I obviously explained a lot about the pro players, but I think this is the time where, since you've been there right from the start, I think it's just amazing to be able to, just see these players go at it against each other and make it to the grand finals.
Well, absolutely. I've been here from a long time with regards to this tournament, and I think it has been no short of surprises. We've had so many great players out there, and a lot of names that were actually remembered and will always be remembered because of Josh Presents, Esportz Premier Series, FIFA 21, powered by Hell Energy Drinks. When I talk about those names, I think the first name that we have to remember is Akash. Let's be honest, if I could be if I could say the truth, I never expected Akash to be there right in the top 4. But he, proved me wrong. He proved a lot of people wrong. And he was there into this game. And then we had Akshat, who had a great tournament as well. He defeated Vicky. He defeated Darvesh. And he defeated a lot more players. And this tournament, of course, we saw some more players who were there who unfortunately could not live up to their potential. But in all, I think it was a very thrilling tournament. And I'm sure everyone would agree, including you, Lokmanu.
No, absolutely, I did. I mean, with that being said, of course, we will be talking about all of these things whenever we come back from this very short break, because what we're coming up with is just a fantastic, fantastic third match. We cannot look forward to it. See you guys right after this short break.
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश, ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा। ये है होश, ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश, ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा। ये है होश, ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
Welcome back, everyone, to Josh Presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21, powered by Hell Energy Drinks. We are in the grand finals. This is the grand finals going on between Saransh and Naveen. Lokmanu is with me, and we've seen a great game already, with Saransh won by 1-0, which has leveled the overall series of this best of 5, and it's 1 each to both these players. And Lokmanu, you and me were equally excited to see this game. We'll be having the third game starting anytime soon. We were talking about the brackets. We were talking about all the players. Before we go into the third game, would you like to talk anything about the mentality going into a game like this when it comes to possibly the most important game of the tournament, as we were discussing?
Yeah, absolutely, Selvan, because when you see the possibility of Saransh, using his experience and the momentum that he got from the last game, I think it's all about Naveen keeping his cool, because Naveen's the one under pressure. Naveen knows that Saransh has the momentum. Naveen knows he has the experience. Naveen knows he's been amongst, the top players recently in the past 2 years, but Saransh has been doing it since last 4 years. I mean, you see the difference, you see the experience. Saransh has been put in these national tournaments day in, day out, Selvan. I think he's one of the 2 players that has been the most consistent when it comes to national tournaments. In fact, winning them. He's a five times national champion, Selvin. And we will be witnessing that national champion in this game against this promising young man from Chennai, Naveen Haridos, who's basically beaten every single player that there was to be able to reach this stage, including the likes of Sagnik, including the likes of me, in fact. I mean, to be able to play at that level is just incredible, Selvin. Obviously, we are kicking off with the third match of the series. I mean, second on the night, but third game on the series, because Naveen is no longer with the advantage of 1-0 in the series. Saransh has equaled it. It is 1-1 on the series. And Saransh is, of course, having the possession, playing from right to left in the blue kit, and Naveen playing from left to right in that white kit. It's phenomenal, really, that we're witnessing these players, Selvin, at this stage in the grand finals of the Esports Premier Series. Joshab, obviously powered by Hell Energy. It's incredible to see these players going at it for a spot at the LAN Finale. Seven, what are your thoughts, especially the way Saransh attacks? I mean, it's a nightmare to face this, isn't it?
Well, it is a nightmare to face, as Naveen has just experienced it, because Saransh, I mean, as soon as you gave it to me, gave a nightmare for Naveen by using his Cristiano Ronaldo's left foot to power the ball into the back of the net. And Saransh not just has momentum on his side, But for the first time in this best of 5 series, he has a chance of going forward and possibly killing it off in the next game. But knowing what Naveen can do, there is always a possibility of him coming back from no matter what situation he is in. But what a goal that was, Lokmanu.
It was fantastic, wasn't it? Because Saransh has been put in this position so many times. I keep saying this, Selvin, multiple times. It's just the fact that, Saransh Chen has one of the best attacking, arsenal in his game when it comes to being that professional player that he is and amongst the best players in India, because he's unstoppable. He's unpredictable. Wherever he gets the chance, he will wriggle through. He will not give you any sort of time to think as a defender, because Naveen looks all over the place. Look at the composure there. Saransh does La Croqueta cancel. Elastico does a fake shot. Oh my god, Saransh. If that would have been a goal, I think that would have basically sealed the deal, Selvin. I actually called you Saransh because I've been saying Saransh like multiple times now because of how good he's been in this game.
Well, that's what excitement and that's what enthusiasm does to us, isn't it? We all love this game, we all love this sport, and we love these two players the way they've been playing this finals. We love the feeling of a tournament, the feeling of a tournament final, and I think these two understand the importance of it, and Naveen certainly does understand the importance of coming back into this game. Talking about this tournament, Lokmanu, I think Saransh would consider himself very lucky when it comes to one aspect, which is that this was not a single elimination tournament all throughout. Because if that was the case, he would have been eliminated after the game that he played against you. And maybe he would have never reached this stage if this was a single elimination, which is why I think, double elimination makes such a big difference, isn't it? Because it tests you not just for your mentality, but also for how you handle situations after a loss.
Absolutely, Selvin. I think that's a fantastic point that you made for all the viewers here, because whenever you are put in a double elimination format, you have the chance to basically come back. It's like a second life that you have. But with that being said, Cristiano Ronaldo probably should have just gone in the direction he was going already, but then goes onto his right foot for some reason. But obviously, Selvin, the way that you mentioned, the fact that these players do get that second chance, it basically shows you that FIFA is depends a lot on how you are performing on that particular day as well, Selvin. It has so much to do. With that being said, Kylian Mbappe is in a very good chance for Naveen. I'm pretty sure he did a La Croqueta there, but this game sometimes glitches you out and it makes a situation very sticky. Jadon Sancho still gets the ball, gets to finish, and he's equalized. Saransh must be so gutted to concede that, because that was an absolute disaster by Saransh Chen's defense. He has been absolutely perfect, Selvin. No mistakes whatsoever in that game, in the last game and in this game defensively. But his defense lets him down. Just when I was talking about the game's glitches, Selvin, no wonder you understand why. For all of us, it just gets really frustrating at a point of time.
Well, indeed. And I think taking nothing away from Naveen, I mean, I think it showed Saransh did make a mistake in defense, but I think it also showed that Naveen wanted this goal real bad. You saw it with that press. He had Jadon Sancho, he had Mbappe. All of his players wanted to get the ball back. And I think, when you try so much for something, you are going to at least get a chance at it. And when he got the ball with Sancho in that position, I first thought he rushed it up with the shot. But luckily for him, even that low power shot went into the back post and he did not miss the chance, and he's leveled it up. As we were saying, he's come back from a lot of situations, from a lot of difficult situations, but right now it looks like Naveen is under some massive pressure from Saransh, because he is not able to find a way through that Varan, and Saransh gets the ball back, and I'll not be surprised if we see another goal in this last 5 minutes of the first half.
Absolutely. I mean, it's incredible to see the momentum shifts, doesn't it? I mean, although Naveen did, he was quite resilient, Selvin, like you said. I mean, you can't take anything away from this man, because you need this kind of luck, Selvin, in big games like these. But obviously, Saransh Chen is someone who would punish you even if you give him some sort of space. Naveen defending that brilliantly. But going back to this, Selvin, I think you do need a lot of luck as a player, as a professional player. You do need that sort of extra edge that sometimes lacks, even if you're putting your 100%. And Naveen did capitalize on that. At the end of the day, you are a professional. You need to get a result, and it doesn't matter how you get that goal. What matters is that you do get the goal, and the momentum has completely shifted. Because with that being said, Kylian Mbappe has the chance to do an elastico but Saransh is gonna kick that ball out, and the referee is having no more of the first half, blows the whistle. Billa, aka Naveen, and Curry Munchers, aka Saransh Jain, 1-all in the series, 1-all on the night, Selvin, third game. I need you to tell me your prediction because I didn't ask you before the game. Do you think Saransh can edge this game, or do you think it's going to be Naveen? Because whoever wins is going to take a massive, massive advantage into the fourth game.
Well, I mean, you've put the ball in my court right now by asking me for a prediction. But before I give the prediction, Lokmanu, I would like to talk about something very interesting. I'm sure you must have noticed this too. We are exactly halfway through the finals. Okay, we've played 2.5 games for now, and guess what? There is nothing to separate these two. Right after 2.5 games, it's 1 game each, and in this third game, it's 1-all at the interval, which actually goes on to show how competitive this final is. But Saransh Jain has something else in mind because he wants to shift the momentum in his favor, and not just the momentum. As soon as I said the game is level, Saransh Jain comes out with his Cristiano Ronaldo, waits for the perfect opportunity, takes his time and puts it in an empty net to make it Saransh 2, Naveen 1, 14 game minutes left in game 3. Can Saransh go on to take the lead in this tie, in this best of 5?
I mean, I think when you look at a speedometer, Selvin, where you see the max speed, right? Saransh is basically crossed that mark of having the max composure in his locker because he has exceeded all limits with that chance from Cristiano Ronaldo. Has another chance to be able to look at the pressure that he's putting on Naveen. Despite being a goal up, he knows the more pressure he puts on Naveen, the more chances he's going to get. And he's completely dominated Naveen every single time he's gotten the possession. Selvin, that composure from Ronaldo inside the box. I mean, it is incredible to see because he did a reverse elastico. He did some nice left stick dribbling. He got choked by those defenders in a very tight space, but somehow he managed to because he did an extra skill, and we will be seeing another extra skill from Kylian Mbappe. And how has he missed it? Incredible, absolutely incredible. Kylian Mbappe, point blank range, gets the chance on his left foot. Selvin, how do you miss that on your left foot like that?
Well, incredible scenes. I was about to shout saying that's going to be Saransh 3, and I'm sure you were about to shout as well. But for I did not know what reason, Saransh must be kicking himself if this continues or if this comes back to haunt him, because Naveen can certainly make him pay for this mistake. It's 2-1. It's still 13 game minutes left. A lot of time for a lot of more goals to go in. And there is no scientific explanation for that miss, especially from that Kylian Mbappe. However, Saransh is a player who will not regret missing that because he can create a lot more chances. Once again with Mbappe, with Bruno Fernandes, takes a shot and makes it 3-1. No regrets for Saransh. Shows the respect celebration. Bruno Fernandes makes it 3-1 to him. And I think, Lokmanu, game 3 must be done for Saransh right now with the goal number 3.
Incredible scene, Selvin, because this is what I was talking about. The way Saransh has been playing since yesterday, he has shown his class. He's shown his quality. I mean, look at Naveen. Naveen has actually gone narrow with his formation that you don't really see in his case because he's the one controlling the possession. He has done that time and time again with so many players that he's played against, in the past, including myself. He never goes narrow. Saransh has basically pushed him to go in a formation that is not preferred by him. And every single time Saransh goes forward, he has converted. Like he's been in a position to be able to convert those chances, making those attacks look so simple. Because when he had missed that chance with Mbappe, Selvin, I actually thought this game is going to shift the momentum towards Naveen's side, and he probably will score a goal, then he will score another, and then he might just take the game away from Saransh. But what a player Saransh is, being extremely composed, taking the ball, creating that chance and playing it directly into the feet of Bruno Fernandes, slotting that in, and now Naveen is in position because he has to score 2 goals, Selvin. Do you think it's possible considering it's the 70th minute right now?
Well, I will not say it's impossible, but Naveen does look very shaky. As much as I hate to admit it, Naveen looks like a player who's playing under pressure. Even the goal that he scored, let's be honest, it did not really come down to some moments of magic from Naveen. I mean, he wanted the goal real bad, which is why Somehow he got the ball after that press. I mean, he deserved the goal. I'm not going to say anything against that. But Saransh has made him look like a very normal player. It does not look like the Naveen that we've seen throughout Josh Presents Esports Premier Series, FIFA 21 powered by Hell Energy Drinks. Naveen is looking like he is a player who has a lot to lose, who has a lot on the line. And Saransh, it looks like just another day, for him, because he has come out all guns blazing. And I will not be surprised, Lokmanu, if Saransh is the one who goes on to score more and kills the chance of a comeback with the next goal.
Absolutely. I mean, if Saran scores if the next goal, apologies, he will be able to finish this game off with quite an ease, because you see him right now controlling the possession. Naveen does not know what to do. He's in a position where he's seeing the full pressure of Saransh Jain that we all know. The way he puts it in these national level tournaments, he's a big game player, Selvin. He knows when to do, what to do, and be in a position to be able to put his opponent out of the picture, out of the equation, completely catching them off balance in terms of tactics, in terms of mentality, in terms of being able to put so much of pressure on them that they actually end up being brain dead. Because I myself have been in those positions when I've competed against Saranj. There have been times when I've won against him. There have been times when he has won against me. But whenever he puts that pressure on you, Selvin, it gets very difficult to think. And Naveen is exactly in that position. He needs to reset, Selvin, the importance of Naveen resetting in the next game. Look at the confidence of Saransh Chen sliding in constantly. This is something we saw yesterday also. He deceives his opponent completely. I mean, he puts so much of pressure on you in the attacking third. You will think that he will make those defensive mistakes. But look at the composure. Even in this case, the way he's jockeying with his defenders, Naveen had to rotate all the way back to his midfielders to be able to create another chance, and he's still not being able to do it.
Well, absolutely. Look at that defensive line. I mean, he's not playing drop back, but he has exactly the right number of defenders that he needs to avoid this attacking intent from Naveen. And Naveen, who's trying everything because he knows he needs a goal with this attack, because if it goes to 2 more minutes, there is possibly no hopes of scoring 2 goals in added time. Naveen, this is unfamiliar territory for him, because every time in the tournament, he usually finishes a game off before the 70th or 80th minute and goes into the last few minutes relaxing or waiting for the opponent to attack him. But credits to Saransh, he is on his way to taking the lead in the grand finals, the best of 5, and that's what he does. Does not attack once more, takes the ball out. It is 2 games to 1 to Saransh, and he's won this one by 3 goals to 1. 1 game away from being the grand champion. Naveen still has 2 to win out of the last 2 games remaining. Lokmanu, I'm going to fall short of words, but Saransh has impressed us, and this has been a masterclass performance.
It has been a masterclass performance indeed, because to all the viewers who are just tuning in to watch this young man from Pune dominating his opponents right through the time he started competing in this tournament, coming from the losers bracket, destroying everyone in his way, Aditya Chadda. Then you look at Sagnik Banerjee, and now Naveen is facing the wrath of this man, because you can't forget Naveen, coming from the upper bracket, Selvin, had the advantage 1-0 in the series. Saransh has just literally made him vanish. Like, we cannot see him in the game, and we cannot see the lead of Naveen. We cannot see the confidence, because Naveen has been so good in this tournament up until now that it's very difficult for me to believe, to be able to see Naveen be in a position like this. He has dominated his opponents coming from the winners bracket, not losing a single fixture up until the grand finals, that we've seen Saranj from being 0-1 down in the series, Selvin, to making it 2-1. Despite being on a disadvantage, this man thrives on that and has made it 2-1. Like you said, 1 game away from making it to the grand finals, for winning this tournament and be able to play against CJ in the grand finals, in a LAN event of Josh Presents Esports Premier Series powered by Hell Energy. I think we have to talk about this, Selvin. We have to talk about how good this man is. We have to talk about the fact that he is amongst the top players in India, despite being a 5-time national champion, Selvin. This could be his potential sixth. And Charanjot, on the other hand, has won 8 or 9 national titles. You see the number of national titles between both these players is just incredible. Naveen has to up his game, because this is his chance to be a national champion, at least online, and then be able to he has to win this game. It's a do or die situation.
Well, absolutely it is. And I think we are going to talk about Saransh, we're going to talk about Naveen, and also about the games that are coming up. But before that, Lokmanu, I think you and me both need a short break after seeing that epic performance by Saransh. We will be back soon. Stay tuned. Do not go away. And we'll be right back.
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to Josh Presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21 powered by Hell Energy Drinks. My name is Selvin. Alongside me, I have Lokmanu. We have had a pleasure, we've had the privilege to cast the finals already. 3 games down. We have 2 games in the favor of Saransh, 1 game in the favor of Naveen, which he got thanks to the upper bracket final advantage. We have 2 more games potentially, but a big disclaimer. If Saransh Jain goes on to win the next one like he's done in the previous 2 games, this is going to be game, set, match and championship to Saransh Jain. And right now, me and Lokmanu, and I'm sure a lot of people watching, will not bet against that. Lokmanu, your thoughts on the 3rd game and your thoughts on the next game coming up?
Well, like I said at the start of the 3rd game, Selvin, I mean, obviously when you saw the 3rd game starting, and I wondered if Saransh wins this game, he is basically taking away the series considering his experience. I did mention this at the start of this game. Naveen has to win this to be able to put Saransh off his form that he is in right now. But now that Saransh has the lead in the series, it would get very difficult for Naveen in the 4th game, which we are in this scenario. Because we can't forget, Naveen has been absolutely phenomenal at the start of the tournament. You cannot take anything away. It's just that Saransh has come steamrolling from the losers bracket and put Naveen off guard, because Naveen has been absolutely comfortable in every single match that he's played in the winners bracket. He's beaten Sagnik, he's beaten myself included, he's beaten so many good players in a very comfortable manner. But now when you come in the grand finals against a person who has beaten the likes of Somak Ghosh, who's made someone like Adi Chadda rage quit in the second leg. It's incredible to see. I mean, the pressure that he comes with it. He's beaten Akash Ash, he's beaten Sagnik Banerjee, and now he is in a position to reach the LAN finale, Selvin. How big that is going to be for this man. And he's had so many situations where it's like a very common thing, Selvin, for him now because he is a born winner. We have seen this time and time again. Five-time national championship he has taken home. He's represented India at Maldives and he's represented India in Singapore as well. I mean, you see, this person has represented our country in a couple of international tournaments, won so many national championships, and he's on course to be able to win another one because Cristiano Ronaldo dancing, literally dancing. I mean, I'm not sure if he's a footballer, if he's a dancer, because he's just danced his way around the defense like they were not there. Naveen, aka Billa, awestruck there, just wondering how do I stop this man? Because Cristiano Ronaldo, with those reverse elasticos, with this turning, Saransh Chen just seems to be unstoppable, Selvin.
Well, I think we have to say it's not seems to be, but he is unstoppable right now. No matter what situation you put him in, he always finds an answer. How many people would have expected him to do this to Naveen in the grand finals? I mean, let's be honest, if this was not a best of five, Saransh would have already beaten Naveen because he's already won 2 games. That's an additional pressure on you because you're thinking there's another game. What if I mess up in this game? What if Naveen comes back because I've already beaten him twice? But Saransh Jain has absolutely silenced everyone that had doubted him from the start of this tournament. And he is possibly, he's had many great days in FIFA. And look at him. Look at the confidence he's showing with that Neymar as well. That's going to be 2-0. And look, Manu, I think we need to start shining the trophy for Saransh Jain for qualifier 2 because Naveen has a mountain to climb. And it's not just any ordinary mountain. The name of the mountain is Saransh Jain, who's 2-0 up in the first 15 minutes of this game.
Selvin, I think I have to say this now that, I was a part of this tournament. I will proudly say this, that the player that I beat in the winners bracket has gone on to win the grand finals because for me, it's like a situation, Selvin, we see that he had basically given the controller to his friend sitting next to him is like, okay, maybe you play this match and if you lose I'll take over. That feels exactly like the case with Saransh because I think he did give the controller to his friend when he was playing against me and took it upon himself in the loser bracket. But hold up right there because Naveen has a chance. I'm not so sure why he did the ball roll. He had the chance to just shoot it first time and he could have come back into this game. The R9 that we've seen so many times, Selvin, has caused havoc for the opposition multiple times. But this time, he just does a ball roll, takes away his own opportunity to come back into this game. But yeah, Selvin, going back to Saransh, I think he was just a different person when he lost in the winners bracket. And it was more like himself. It was more like someone who's like, I'm here to win. I'm the old Saransh Chen back in form. As soon as he dropped down to the losers bracket, and you said it right, we should just start etching his name on the trophy because the way he's playing, nobody can stop him. And I mean it, nobody.
Well, I mean, you said it pretty well. You've summed it up pretty well. At this form, nobody is stopping him. And CJ, I'm sure, is looking at this game and thinking, you know what? I am glad the grand finals and the LAN event is not happening today because, I mean, no matter how good CJ is, nobody wants to play Saransh when he is in this form. CJ, of course, a 9-time or an 8-time national champion who has been there, who has done it all. And I think qualifier 1, the finals was between Saransh and CJ. And that was possibly one of the best games of FIFA that we've seen in our lifetime. And qualifier 2 has not lived, has lived up to the expectations and given us a lot of mad moments. Having said that, Saransh does not want to stop at 2-0. Naveen looks like he wants to attack. He does not care if he concedes more, but he wants to go out there, attack, and get that goal. And look, Manu, I think this is going to end in a very dramatic way, but looks like Saransh is not going to be stopped at the end of this game.
Well, I think I have to say this once again, Selvin. I did say this yesterday after Saransh's performance, the way he played against Sagnik, because the way Sagnik was playing throughout this tournament was feel like he's going to be the champion, considering how good he is inside the box, attacking, and basically controlling the game. The way Saransh made him look yesterday, Selvin, was just incredible. And I'm going to say this one more time, like I did last time. I think कुछ भी करने का सारांश जैन की ego नहीं hurt करने का. And I did say this, Selvan, if you heard this or not, but I did say this, and I'm going to say this to everybody watching this stream because it exactly happened. And I did talk when I did speak to Saransh yesterday, Selvan, after the match ended. I asked him, did I really piss you off, bro, in the winners bracket? Because and he was laughing and he was joking about it because he's just a fantastic individual. And he said, I mean, don't jinx me, don't say all of this because I might just lose tomorrow. But that's not the case, is it, Selvan? He's literally dominating Naveen, who's been nothing but fantastic throughout this tournament. But in this game, he's just not there.
Well, absolutely. And I think Saransh took it personally. That loss against you has transformed him. Like, as you have it in Dragon Ball Z, wherein you have different modes, a Super Saiyan, a Super Saiyan 2, a Super Saiyan 3. And looks like Saransh has come out in his best form right now. And Naveen, unfortunately, has been made to look like a very average player. But believe me, everyone watching, Naveen is a top player. That is the reason why he is in the finals, and not just in the finals, but in the finals via the upper bracket. But Saransh Jain right now has come out as if, he's never lost a game in his life. And talking about never losing a game, it looks like he will not lose this one because Neymar Jr. makes it 3-0. And with a little more than 45 minutes to play, Naveen has everything to do to stay alive in this tournament. And very honestly, I do not see that happening right now, Lokmanu.
I mean, I am lost for words for this man. He is just making this look so easy, isn't he? We have seen Saransh Jain at his level best. In this game, it definitely feels like Selvin. I'm not gonna taking nothing away from Naveen, but I have to say this. This is like a situation where you've been on the streams of pro players, like one for Saransh, and whenever he plays this, just like a weekend league game, casually strolling, 67% possession, 3 shots, 3 on target. He has not given Naveen even a single chance apart from that R9. To be very honest, I mean, and to be very fair to Naveen as well, had he taken that chance, this game could have turned on its head. It did not. If you don't take your chances, you don't win. And Saransh Jain definitely will not give you more chances if you don't take the ones that you create for yourself. And he's just making it like a very casual weekend league game where he's talking to people on his stream and the way he's playing. Have you ever seen a final as one-sided as this, Selvin? I mean, I'm shocked. I'm stunned.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Lokmanu. This is not something I can say I did not expect because Saransh Jain has done it in finals before. But when it came to this final, I'll be very honest. I thought, Naveen, this is his time. I thought this is his moment. And if he could have won that first game, I have a feeling he could have put the pressure on Saransh Jain. And no matter how great Saransh is, he would have crumbled under it. But I would like to apologize publicly to Saransh that I underestimated him, considering that he was not in the best form in this tournament. But what he has done today, I have a feeling I will not be surprised if he scores one more. And look at that composure, look, Manu. I mean, look at that composure. I had a similar reaction. I was about to say, oh my God, I'll be honest. If you were talking about this goal, that would have been my reaction too. But look, Manu, I'll let you talk about this goal, man.
Selvin, first of all, apologies to cut you off while you were talking because I couldn't stop myself. Because if this was not on live stream, I would have shouted so bad because this man has literally destroyed the defense of Naveen there. I mean, the composure, the vision, it's incredible what Saransh has just done there. That first of all, that through ball to Jelson Martins on the wing. I thought he's going to take a shot first time. But no, I mean, he finds that space. He literally makes sure that all the defenders, the goalkeeper, are standing on the goal line with nothing. Bird watching, looking at the crowd, waving to them. Because while they do that, Saranj goes ahead and scores a tap in. The defenders are nowhere to be seen. The goalkeeper is nowhere to be seen. Saranj is just having a ball. But Naveen, with that consolation goal, what a fantastic goal, I have to say, Selvin. Despite being so mentally down in this game that we have not seen Naveen at his best, he has scored a brilliant goal. There could be a chance because there is enough time to make a comeback if Naveen can regroup and get his game plan together. Do you see that happening, Selvin? Are you that optimistic? Because it's nothing but Saransh right now.
Well, Lokman, I think you've asked me a very difficult question here. I am very optimistic in life, and especially when it comes to esports. If I was playing in Naveen's situation, I am thinking if Saransh can score 4, I can score 5. But if I was playing against this Saransh, I think it would have been a different case, considering that, it's not me who's playing right now. I can just talk right now thinking as a caster, but Naveen looks like a different player altogether. And if he has to do something out here, it has to be something that he's never done before ever. Like, it has to be something magical, but that's something that we need, isn't it? Something magical, something majestic, something out of nowhere, which he can do right now with Neymar Jr. with that ball control. But Saransh Jain is going to run away with this one. Naveen gets the ball back. And look, Manu, if Naveen can score a goal within the 70th minute, I think both of us will have to fasten our seatbelts and tell everyone to do so, because this will be a roller coaster ending.
It indeed is going to be, Selvan, because if Naveen can get another goal, there is still time. There's always time. We've seen it time and time again. 3 goals overturned. But Cristiano Ronaldo on his bike tries to chip the goalkeeper. Well, that's a terrible decision. Not expected from Saranj there. I think I was going to shout. I was prepared to shout that CR7 will be scoring that. But Naveen, wow, that's a fantastic through ball that is. What a pass to Renato Sanchez. But that is unfortunately offside. I mean, Selvin, I'm losing out on words right now to be able to describe the end-to-end game that is just we've seen in the last 10 minutes of this game.
Well, look, Manu, it's not just you who's losing out words, but I think it's us, because I cannot believe that Cristiano Ronaldo, out of all people, has scored yet another goal for Saransh Jain. It's 5-1, and no matter how optimistic I am in life, no matter how optimistic Naveen is in life, I think everybody right now has to stand up and applaud Saransh for these goals that he scored, for the display that he's given in this tournament, especially in the finals. I think he saved his best for the last. And let's be honest, I think every of Naveen's fans, all his fans are going to be thinking, Saransh was the better player on the day, and they can have no complaints. I'm sure everybody is proud of him. But right now it is all Saransh, and I'll not be surprised if he scores another goal and gives us another moment of magic.
I mean, wow, isn't it? All I have to say is wow for this man, young man from Pune who's achieved so much in such a short spare. Sorry, apologies for that. I mean, I'm losing out for words.
He's losing words. It's okay, guys. I mean, it's me as well. Come on, look. I think that's completely justified. You don't have to apologize to anyone. This is going to happen to me as well. It's not you. It is Saransh doing this to us. He's not just doing it to Naveen, isn't it?
It is indeed, because whenever I lose out on words, it doesn't usually happen in this case, because we've all been there. We've casted so many games together now, but in such a short span of time, I got this right. Don't worry this time. But he has achieved so much, Selvin, and Saransh is on his way to another national finals. Another time against CJ in the grand finals. How many times are we going to see these two players go against each other in the national finals? I mean, this is probably, I think, the 6th or the 7th time that I'll be seeing this. And the way they reach is incredible, because last time Saransh lost to Charanjot itself in Josh Presents Esports Premier Series, powered by Hell Energy, the first qualifier. And that's exactly, he came out and he said, when I spoke to him, he said, after so many games, he was so drained out, Selvin, that he wanted to make sure that the next qualifier, he regroups himself. He prepares for these long, enduring matches. He's done exactly that, especially playing that best of 5, in the losers bracket, and now being able to be in this position. He has done it. This is what a champion does. That's the championship mentality that we all talk about, and he is going to be our champion.
Well, absolutely. I think taking nothing away from Naveen, Saransh has been the player, and he rounds it off. He completes this performance with Bruno Fernandes scoring again. He was the first person to score for Saransh in the second game. He is the last person to score for Saransh in the fourth game. With that being said, Lokmanu, I think we both have to clap for this man, because he is our champion. He is the winner of Josha Presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21, powered by Hell Energy Drinks. And Saransh Jain, take a bow. I mean, nobody expected you to do this in this fashion. Lokmanu, before I fall short of words, before I lose my words, why don't you continue this?
I mean, Selvin, what else do I need to say about this man? What a fantastic player he is. I just congratulated him, by the way. I had to just pick up my phone and send him a message that, Saranj, you are indeed the GOAT of the FIFA scene. I mean, Charanjot is definitely watching this match and he's like, okay, I'm prepared for this challenge for the nth time, because both the players, I'm pretty sure whenever they meet, each other in the finals, Selvin, they're looking at each other, giving each other those smirks, and be like, okay, here we are again. Here we go again, as we always have those jokes around it. But congratulations to this young man from Pune. Saransh Jain has done the unthinkable, dropping down from the winner's bracket, coming all the way steamrolling from loser's bracket, beating every single player that you can name in the Indian FIFA scene to be able to be at that level and destroying them, literally destroying them, not giving them any sort of thinking time. Every single time Salvini went forward, he scored those goals. He started off with a disadvantage of 1-0. Naveen has not won a game. He just had that advantage in the winners bracket. I mean, commiserations to Naveen. He was phenomenal, Selvin. I'll let you talk about that after this. But Saranj, 3 wins out of 3 on the night. I mean, all he needed was these 3 games from 0-1 to make it 1-1, then 2-1, then 3-1. I mean, it's incredible. It's just he's a man on a mission, right? And he's accomplished his mission finally after the second qualifier.
Well, absolutely. I think, Lokmani, you've said a lot of things right about Saransh and Naveen. I'm going to talk about both of them. Let's talk about Saransh first. It's his moment. I think we should not take it away from him. Saransh, of course, came into this match after playing a lot more games than Naveen did. And let me just remind you all, he was on a winning streak. In the loser bracket semifinals, he lost the game 1 to Akash by 4 goals to 2. A lot of us thought, okay, this is it. Maybe this is game over. Akash has the answer. And Saransh came back to win the second game 3-1, went on to golden goal, won it. And then against Sagnik, the man went on to win 3 games in a row, came out in the same form today, went on to win 3 games in a row against Naveen. And now we're not talking about any other player. We're talking about Saransh. And Lokman, who knows this when I say this. A lot of people hate playing 30 games of weekend league every weekend. Saransh plays 60 on stream with a smile on his face as if it's nothing. It just comes naturally to him. Playing back-to-back games, I think that's what it leads up to. And today, he did not feel the pressure. Each and every game, Lokmanu, let's be honest, he was not lucky. There was no glitch for him. There was no factor of hope. The only thing that it came down to was how determined he was, his mentality, his passion for this game. He looked to be the better player in the 3 games. And I'm going to let you talk about Saransh as well. But before that, I think if I am from Naveen's camp, if I am Naveen, if I am his friend, there is nothing to be upset about. You've not lost you've lost like a champion. You've been here, you've dominated this tournament. But unfortunately, you came up against a player who was possibly a player who nobody in the world would like to face right now. In top form, I think there's no stopping Saransh, and you have to be proud of what you've achieved. Not a lot of players can do what you've just done in that tournament. So congratulations to you as well, because you have set an example for a lot more people to never give up on their dreams, to dream big, to make it to the highest of stages. But sports can be cruel, esports can be cruel, and there can be only one winner. And today it is Saransh Jain, and I'm going to let Lokman you talk more about it.
Absolutely, Selvin. I think you put everything in perspective for all of us viewers who've been nothing but fantastic. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning into the stream. If you have not subscribed to Esports' YouTube channel, you should, because there are going to be plenty more tournaments like this. If you're a FIFA enthusiast, trust me, this is the place to come to, because you will be having more of these qualifiers. You have other esport titles. This is basically the home of esports, isn't it? And Josh app is, of course, making sure that you get this platform as players powered by Hell Energy. These guys are doing a fantastic job to be able to put you in a position where you can compete just like Saransh and you can become champions. But having said that, massive, massive commiserations to Naveen. He was a champion in my head, Selvin. I think the way he's performed, he is a player beaten all the odds. He's come out of nowhere. Nobody expected Naveen to come on the stage, because he's a player who we've seen in top 4, top 8, top 6. But to be able to finish, I think, in probably the first top 2 that he's ever been, correct me if I'm wrong, but he has been there in a prime fashion, because he beat all the good players, including myself. And I do consider this, because I grind this game day in, day out like Saransh. And to be able to perform at that level, despite being under pressure, Naveen has done it. It's just not about how good these players are, it's about the time that they put in. Naveen's grind was shown. Naveen has put in the hours, he's gone there, and he's made everyone happy, especially when it comes to his fans, his community, the people that support him. And this is just the start for Naveen, because the next tournament he's going to come back stronger. He must be watching the clips of this game once again, and he will be thinking, okay, these are the things that I did wrong, and I'm going to correct them. And he has lost to a champion. He's lost to an experienced player who's been nothing but fantastic in the last 4 to 5 years of Indian FIFA. You and I have closely watched that. But with that being said, Selvin, I mean, what's left to do? I think it's been a fantastic event, being with each other, casting. Fantastic, isn't it? I mean, thank you to everyone, for people for coming in, participating, making this tournament a success. Myself, Lokmanu, Selvin, and of course Neil, who unfortunately couldn't join us as a
And
third
Sid as well.
caster. Yes, I mean, he should have been here. We were expecting a longer stream for everyone to enjoy, but Saransh has
Yeah,
just
Saransh has
taken
other
that
plans,
away.
man. And
Absolutely,
look,
sir.
I think there was one more point, when you said about Saransh, just before we end the stream, Saransh did not just leave his opponents, speechless, but at times, especially in the finals, he left me and you also speechless, because we were thinking, what's happening? What word do we use next? We were forgetting the spelling, we were forgetting the pronunciations, we were forgetting everything. But having said that, a lot of people are going to miss what happened in this one. But as Lokmani said, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because there'll be highlights uploaded. You can always come back to watch the streams. Let your friends know about it. If you know somebody who's good at FIFA, Valorant, Free Fire, there's everything out here. Subscribe to the channel, follow them on Instagram, and I think I'll let Lokmani to end this stream and end this championship, which has been a grand success. All thanks to Josh app, all thanks to Hell Energy Drinks, and all thanks to everyone behind the scenes and all of you watching. So Lokmanu, why don't you end this for all of us?
Well, I mean, there's nothing left to say. You've said everything. You've literally thanked the people who've made this possible, including the production team, who've done a fantastic job from the back end. And for us to be able to put this in a position, comfortably casting some of the best FIFA matches that we've seen in the past 10 days. That being said, I think I cannot wait for the next championship. I'll be more determined to make it to the finals, because I couldn't do it this time. Yes, as a professional player, yes, as a player playing since so long, it does feel incredible. And Saransh has once again made it to the grand finals. Congratulations. I think before we end, we have to clap for this man for being able to reach the grand finals, and we might just see you at the LAN finals. So Selvin and I might be packing our bags for December. So let's just see how that one goes, and we will see you guys from there. But thank you so much, guys. Take care of yourselves. Keep playing FIFA, and do not stop the grind, because we'll be back for another season really soon.
See y'all.
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell Energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
होश ये है जोश ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा ये है होश ये है जोश ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश ये है जोश ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा ये है होश ये है जोश ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश ये है जोश ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा ये है होश ये है जोश ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा